What's up, Planeswalkers? This is Eric from Bane Alley Magic, and I'm here today to talk about shuffling. Not something you usually talk about on a YouTube video, but I think it's something a lot of Magic players don't understand as well as they think they do. So, first off, part of Magic says when you're cutting someone's deck, you're also allowed to shuffle their cards. So, when you're doing that, it's really easy to go overboard and shuffle them in a way that the other person might literally find offensive, because people spend a lot of money on these cards. These aren't just poker cards. These are cards that we've customized, that we care about a lot. And when someone does what we call the poker shuffle, right, where they just right our cards, it's like they're bending our cards, and it's pretty disrespectful. So I have making this video not only for when you're shuffling your own cards, but when you're shuffling other people's cards especially. Don't do the poker shuffle, right? If you're shuffling your own cards, fine, go ahead and do the poker shuffle if you want. Maybe you don't care about the value of your cards as time goes on, but lots of us do care about the value. So maybe today shuffling a full-sized commander deck. Right now, when you're doing this with a big deck of 99 cards, or maybe 98 if you're playing partner commander, it's a lot of cards. This is thick, so what I recommend is split it up, right? Just don't be dumb. I see lots of people trying to, fully handle, and that's what happens, right? You drop the cards, and because it's very cumbersome to try to shuffle 99 cards. So break it up, unless you got big hands like Michael Jordan or something, you want to break up the shuffle. So here's the first type of shuffle I recommend people learn. It's you're putting the cards into the other cards. So this is best with new sleeves. I really recommend matte sleeves over any type of sleeves. You want to get matte. And so you see what I'm doing is I'm just taking half of the deck and I'm putting it into the other. And then I don't push it all the way in, because leaving it sort of out makes it easier for the next pile to go in there. So, push it halfway in and then take the next one and push it in. So this is the push-in method, let's call it. Right? You got to do it to both of them if you're playing Commander. So grab the other pile and maybe a piece of my first pile, right, just to make it a little more random. And there you go, you're just pushing the cards in there. So the next is the toss, right, where you grab like maybe one card out of it and you start with the other pile and you toss one on one side, one on the other side, or a group on one side or the other. And then you start throwing them in random places. This takes a little bit of time for sure, but basically you're just letting this hand drop cards down, throw some in, drop cards down, throw some in. And then you grab your next pile. Again, you're playing Commander, split it up. Right? Don't try to do, especially this one, don't try to do this all with one giant big pile. Unless you have really big hands, I guess you could do that. But that's how you drop cards, So I do a combination of that and the push-in. And then, this might surprise people, but I am an advocate of the pile shuffle. All right, so this is something in Magic that's, I think is something we need to talk about, because I approve of the pile shuffle. I think it is a random way of shuffling. They say don't do it because it's not randomized. Well, it's only not randomized if you do it the exact same way every time. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we're going to do a pile shuffle. Took me a minute to angle the camera properly. I want you to see what I mean. So when people pile shuffle, they're going like this. Now, if you're doing exactly what I'm doing now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it isn't random. But if you change it up every time, then it is random, So people out there, they have this whole theory, pile shuffling isn't randomizing your cards. Well, you just got to randomize the shuffle. Another thing, when you sit down, some snobby guys are just right away going to go, oh, you're not allowed to pile shuffle. Well, you are actually allowed to pile shuffle, even in 1v1 tournaments, if you're counting your cards. So if you want to pull a pile shuffle, you get to pile shuffle once per game. You just count your cards. Most people who aren't snobby will let you pile shuffle, but you see what I'm doing here? I mean, I'm not doing it at the same time ever once. So there we go. I just shuffled all 99 of my commander cards. I don't think you need more than 6 piles. I think more than that's just pretty excessive. You can do more, but anyway, yeah, 6 is fine. You randomize how you do it, and then the next thing is you randomize how you put them together. So as you're putting them back together, you do the push-in shuffle, you do the throw-in shuffle, you know. You drop cards, you pick them up. You put the piles back together in a random order, and then as you're putting them together, you shuffle them more too. So I'm an advocate of the pile shuffle, ladies and gentlemen. And so that's pretty much it. I'm not going to show you how to poker shuffle because I don't think you should poker shuffle your magic cards. I really don't recommend it. And definitely don't poker shuffle anyone else's magic cards. So let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, take care. Take it easy.